Hello guys, and welcome to a new Still Division 2 video today by myself, Vulcan, and Attack Power.
Hey guys, great to be here.
In this video we have for you game 3 of a best of 3 between Khers and Onord in the semi-finals of Season 8 of the Still Division 2 League. Today they are playing on Slutsk, and on our left in the red team we have Khers using Group Bezuglogo on the allied side with the Vanguard deployment type. And on our right, in the blue, playing on the Axis side, we have Onord using the 20th Panzergrenadier and the Maverick deployment type. What do you think about these, Attack Power? I know you have a lot to say.
I do respect Khers going Vanguard again. It turned out really well for him last game, so that makes sense. 20th and Bezuglogo? Why do people keep picking Bezuglogo? I don't understand. There's better Soviet divisions in this. Like, almost all of the Strelky divisions do what this division does, but better. If you're taking it for the Axis armor, go pick an Axis division instead. That's actually good. 20th Panzergren, I don't remember the last time I played this division. I really don't. I don't want to call it trash because I'm sure some 10v10 person's gonna be like, this is the greatest division there's ever been. But like, it's not. It just isn't. Like, it isn't good in 1v1 at all. But this
10v10. Bro.
I'm not dissing 10v10. I'm just saying it's not good in this setting at all.
Onord just seems to be the person who loves to rep the heavy armor.
Yeah, he did it. He did it in the finals of the last season, and kind of it didn't turn out well. Let's see. Maybe it'll turn well.
He's already done it in this series as well. In the first game, he brought out tigers, panthers, and the elephant of the 4th Fallschirmjäger.
That's
so now
true.
He's bringing out more elephants in this game.
He's fully committed. Yeah, he is fully committed. I mean, Slutsk is definitely a map you can do it on. If you're going to bring in heavy armor, this is definitely one of the 3 or 4 maps that it's like definitely like a thing. It's basically all the Slutsk maps for the most part. So
yeah, and I think he's got the better side of the map to take advantage of it as well.
Yeah, absolutely. The other side kind of like runs into cover and stuff pretty quickly, but you have a really big open area that you can push from his side. Again, I'm hating because I don't think the division is very good, but for this map, is it a terrible choice? No, probably not. I mean, I definitely think he can get it done with it. Honestly, the Bezuglogo one confuses me more than the 20th.
If Onord can get control of this hill on the bottom side, then I think he's going to be set there. But let's have a quick look at what's going down. Khers got the PTRS joining him on the top side with the SG-43 and the Strafnikia. I'm really not a fan of the SG. I've seen him use it a couple times now. He's got the
1250 range.
Yeah. Well, it didn't in this patch because
that's right. Patch. He doesn't.
Then the Maxim, Selkie SVT's got the Tankos, this 3 Elizvedka Su-76 in there as well. And on the bottom side, just one Ognemachiki, which is probably going to be trying to contest the hill. On the side of Onord, he has brought in the Flak Panzer Panther at the start.
Oh, that's cool.
With the Jagdpanzer 4 and the Aufklärer. And then he's got the Panzergrenadiers, the MG42, and the Panzerschreck and the Pionierführer. Panzerschreck, Panzergrenadier DP. Going into the town as well. Stosstroop going to just be holding the center. Then he's got some Flammenwerfer, Panzerschreck, MG42, Panzergrens with the DP, MG42, Panzergrens, Panzerfaust, and the Aufklärer. So, yeah, we basically got to the point where both sides are trading weapons. Bezuglogo's going to have the Tigers and the Nurse-Horns, and Onord's going to have DP machine guns.
Yeah, I will say 2 interesting choices here. One, the Flak Panther is honestly an odd choice because you have other AA options that are just cheaper and do the same thing basically as this. I mean, I guess this thing really won't die too much, but it's still to me kind of an odd choice because it's just so expensive. The second thing is he's double vetting his Panzergrens in A, which, I mean, me personally, I never double vet my infantry. Single vet, absolutely, but unless they come in forced double vet, I don't, because it just like cuts your availability down so drastically. So it's really kind of surprising to see them double vetted.
I think the reason he's done that is because he has the card of Panzergrens DP, which are like cheap with a decent availability, and then he's got like these 3 Panzergrens with the 2-star vet just to kind of like project at long range early on. But the Flak Panzer Panther in this patch is super strong because this is before the Flak Fling nerf.
Do they not have any SDK of Z71s in this division?
I'm not entirely sure, but if they do, it's probably a lower availability in Phase A, right? It'd be
You only
one in
ever
Phase A as well.
you only ever get one, but it's also 20 points less than this thing. I guess you just pay the 20 points more, and your guy's like invincible.
130 armor. Yeah, this thing can tear through infantry. You can use it as like close fire support. It's fantastic.
It's only got 80 millimeters of armor. You clicked on the Jagdpanzer.
Yeah, sorry, the Jagdpanzer was hovering over at the same time. But yeah, either way, 80 millimeters frontal armor, more than enough to stand up to any infantry unit at range.
I mean, and the thing is too, 20th Panzergrenadier doesn't have like a ton of infantry slots. It's not like it's tons and tons of infantry. So to double vet infantry, I'm very surprised at that. Unloaded before the PTRS though, so good for him for that. I don't like PTRS rushes. They really make me upset. Uh-oh. Maybe not the second time, though. He did get out in time. And he Panzerschrecked one of his. Wow.
That's trick. Beating the PTRS there. But one thing that's kind of interesting to me is Khers completely ceding this bottom side hill. I would have thought that would be pretty important for him to make sure that he holds on to. Ju-87 D3 actually coming in. Recon aircraft for Onord. This thing can strafe as well. So if it finds a nice target, like these two-man infantry squads would be great targets for this Ju-87.
Can it really strafe? I mean, it can, I know, but it's only got 2 machine guns. It's going to do anything?
Oh, this is not the cannon variant. Yeah,
yeah, that one doesn't. It's not going to do much. Now, so Khers, I can see why he left the south open. He's making a huge push in the center, which is not super common and can be really successful because it's really hard to get back in there. Once you get pushed out, it's easy to cut off the reinforcement roads on either side.
Slutsk going to be dealing with one of the flamers there, and the Flak Panzer Panther claimed its first victim. The PTRS squad got absolutely deleted. Tankos, though, going to get one back against the Slutsk, just being a slightly bigger submachine gun squad. Gets the job done. The 3-star Panzergrens, though, going to be ripping that Slutsk SVT, even though it has 2 vet.
Yeah, it is easy to forget how strong Panzergrenadiers are because they're such like a standard infantry, but they are really strong. Like 2 MG42s pin and kill things so fast. They're really good. They are. They're just good.
So Khers going for this very strong center push early on. As you mentioned, you can use this position to cut off spawn roads quite well. If you can position a couple of like Zis-2s up here, you could really cut off the spawn into the road, the spawn on the bottom side, and then if he can just break down everything in between, he's going to end up with a lot of territory very quickly. And Onord's trying to prevent the push. He has brought up the Pack 40, which is going to be looking for the kill onto the M2A1 half track to stop that running down more of his infantry. He's also got an 88 coming in, which is going to help him obviously with AA, but will also be able to provide the HG support at range.
Yeah, I think Onord reacted really fast and really well to this because basically he needs to get these long-range units in before they can get cut off, like transport-wise. So now that they're in here, he'll at least be able to establish like fire support and kind of stop Khers from totally blocking this area off with AT guns and tanks and other things. Up north, Khers has a pretty big push coming with 2 Su-76s that are 3-star vetted with that leader if he keeps it in range, and those are dangerous if that Flak Panzer gets spotted.
Yeah, they could definitely take out the Flak Panzer Panther, so you're not going to want to be careful. Equally, though, the Flak Panzer Panther, with a few seconds on target, could rip one of them up pretty quickly as well, so they could go either way. BF-109 coming in with the 250 kilogram bomb, going to be right on target with the help of the recon plane there. It takes it down to 3 health. That's going to not allow those Strongkey to get through. So
Flak Panther up north doing its damage, just wiped out a DP squad basically. Full health to 1. Panzergren's doing their thing. Su-76s,
yeah. Oh, engaging the Jagdpanzer. That was a side shot. Bounced it though.
Jagdpanzers are
it's actually in a really nice position up there.
Yeah, they are so good. A lot of times too, you can put an AT gun in that little forest there, and that can be really obnoxious.
Onord in the center, his little Panzergrenadier squad does get found by the Chernos. It was trying to sneak up on that Su-122, I imagine. That does get taken out. But Khers being very apprehensive to push on this top side. The Jagdpanzer being in that position definitely cuts off the armor play on the top side of that forest area. So he's going to have to rely much more on infantry, and he's also obviously waiting for the off-map to arrive now, so that's probably the main reason he's holding back.
Yeah, and that's really important because you know, Bezuglogo really relies on its light armor and stuff. It's T-34s and that kind of things. You know, the M2A1s can be really, really obnoxious. And really, it's that his only chance of beating Panzergrenadiers is with those M2A1s supporting them. And Strafniki, and that's about it.
Yeah. So we'll have to wait and see where that 152 comes down. But if he can pin down enough of these Panzergrenadiers at the same time, he can definitely start to get a foothold into the town area. And then that's going to basically...
Wow. Okay.
Allow him to get onto the flags.
I'm sorry. Onord's bringing all the fancy units. He's got a BEF Tiger coming in.
Oh, the Befehl Tiger, yeah. Very nice.
Commander.
This Tiger P is awesome. It has 170 millimeters of frontal armor. It's better than pretty much anything Khers can bring in.
Oh, it's a tank, but I am not ballsy enough to bring in a commander and actually use it in combat. I'm too afraid of it dying.
I think in the case of the 20th, you have a lot of units like that. You have these like unicorn units, like the Flag Panther and the Befehl Tiger. Yeah, but you do kind of want to use them aggressively a lot of the time, because as you saw with the Flag Panther, that thing can just rip with the infantry, and you just get like 3 kills with it.
Here comes the 152, well placed, basically getting all of these infantry. And if Onord doesn't start falling back now, he's gonna be in a lot of trouble. Because obviously he's going to just drive that M2A1 right on through here and surrender everything.
Yep, just going to wait for that to end. Drive forwards with his units.
There's the fallback.
I feel like there was a bit of a delay there.
Yes.
Because as actually like following that up. He needs to be a lot quicker on the pole there.
Well, and Onord had a weird delay with his fallback. And of course now you just plop the off-map one step. Off-map is so disgusting. I hate off-map so much. This is the most caustic thing in this game. I don't care what anybody says.
Bringing up the OB-25 in the mid to try and deal with the PaK-40 and 88 range, but both of them just tag team it. So that's going to go down very fast. BF-109 does get a nice bombing strike onto the Straf, chips it very nicely before the M15 can force the fallback.
The big issue with this position here for this M15 is that it doesn't start shooting until it's like not its maximum range. You have to get really close. So this is a really bad AA position actually, because you're losing about 1,000 meters of AA range.
Yeah, the counter coming in though for Onord. He's got the counter 172 mil coming in. That should get low enough to stop the M15 from shooting it down. The Yak-1B not going to get close to the Flak Panther. That went straight into it, went down so fast.
There's a reason they nerfed that a little bit in this most recent patch, because it was killing really fast. Uh-oh, could go down. What died next to it? The
off-map died as well.
Oh, that is unfortunate. This is one way to prevent an off-map, is to counter off-map, to stop the push from the off-map.
Yeah. Counter off-map, and honestly Onord's off-map has the potential to be a lot more deadlier than Khers' off-map was on Onord, because this is perfectly placed, and there is a lot of stuff that this 172 mil off-map can kill. And
172 is actually a really strong off-map. It does a lot of damage.
Direct hits on these Su-76Ms will kill them.
See what happens.
The Jack Panzer doesn't beat it to it. And the off-map drove forwards into the off-map as well.
Oh,
the
no.
152, could that go down? It looks like it's coming to an end, and not too much damage done. That was unfortunate. Some of the strikes there were just not really hitting the mark. I think Khers maybe was getting a little overzealous with that strike. But that is the last off-map strike coming down now, I believe, onto Onord's infantry. Onord actually falling back into the location of that.
Yep. There's not much you can do. He called in the slow version, so it's just going to keep pounding for a little while. Tiger's doing work though. It's supplying some support.
I think Khers moved his Su-122 to the mid from the top side, unless the top side Su-122 died, in order to help with the fire support on the PaK-40s. But this game is really not going the way that I expected it to so far. Not much sort of push on the bottom side coming in from Onord. There's a lot of focus on the top, which is normal for this map, but I would say with the units that Onord has.
Another super weird unit, the Panzer V-4 Fuhrer here up north. I've never even seen this unit used. I had to look at it because I didn't know what it was.
Yeah, the Panther hull with the Panzer IV turret. Very, very nice. Panzergrenadier did manage to take out one of the Su-76s there. But good to see all of these nice units out of the 20th. It's not something you see very often in competitive play, but for Onord at the moment, it's not going too well. He is at a 14-10.
I have to say, bringing up this Tiger into this town is so ballsy, too. Like, I'd be so afraid of this thing being close to any infantry whatsoever. Because that's Khers' only chance of killing this thing is an AT grenade from one of his infantry.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think as long as he's got other infantry nearby, he's got that Panzergrenadier position, he can kind of be relatively confident of fighting at close range. Those T-34s don't stand a chance. The Black Panzer Panther deletes that smoky SVT so fast. It's just gone. It's just gone. MG-42 on the bottom side, having fun time, killing a transport, killing 2 transports technically, but the machine gun had already unloaded. That Maxim's not going to have fun time in the open though. IG now coming in now Onord into the center. That should be nice and helpful, cleaning up some of the infantry range.
Central town here, unfortunately for Onord, Khers has finally discovered that he really didn't have much there, and he has grabbed that flag in the center, bringing it to a 15-9. That IG-33 though, he can just attack ground like right next to the buildings and basically wipe that Strafniki out. This Panzer 4-5 whatever is basically invincible to most armor that he could bring in too. I mean that Su-88 back there, that could do it.
Yeah, the last one coming in on the side of Bezuglogo, and yeah, that is a potential killer for both the Tiger and the Panzer 5-4. So he's gonna have to watch out. Poking that in and out of light cover could definitely be a way to make things work. But Khers on the bottom side using the armored transports to get the Saperi close. We'll take out the Flammenwerfer most likely.
Jagdpanzer 4 in the center, just kind of tanking HE shells there and kind of pushing Khers back off that hill a little bit because he doesn't really have anything to penetrate that. And the thing is too, we're now in phase B, so Khers is at a 16-8, so this is where he needs to be. But now we see if Onord can turn it around with the income advantage.
Yeah, so far Khers has been very impressive on this Vanguard deployment type. I think in the last game he obviously showed how good he could do with the Vanguard, and he was in a similar position to this game as he was in the last game that he won. So we'll have to see how it goes. The Tiger going to be engaging down the road towards the IG, I believe.
I think, yeah.
He's firing at the Panzergrenadier, sorry.
And it looks like, though, Onord's trying to move his way better version of the Tiger to engage that Tiger.
Yeah, the good old Porsche Tiger. Better than the stinky normal Tiger.
What were they?
It's got 17-inch rims on that thing.
Yeah, what was he thinking? What were they thinking when they did the normal Tiger?
I was thinking 17-inch rims. Pretty cool, pretty small to be honest. But anyway, Panzergrenadiers and the Pioneers going to be engaging this VZ-VOD. This VZ-VOD actually, this could be a really bad loss for Khers on the top side in terms of like infantry advantage. But the Su-88 going down to the Panzer though. Oh no, that's terrible because it just takes away one more unit that you could use to take care of these heavier tanks. Although one thing that Bezuglogo does have up their sleeve is, of course, rocket AT IL-2 planes. So that could be another thing that he could try and use. But then he's got to deal with the Black Panzer Panther, I guess. So I guess, yeah, it's kind of stuck there too.
Yeah, I mean, this is so interesting. I mean, the way Onord plays this division is so different and like not my playstyle at all personally. Like I'm a very infantry heavy guy. Like I use a lot of infantry, and if you look, like Onord barely calls infantry in. He just keeps calling more Jagdpanzer 4s in. He keeps calling more 88s in. I haven't. It's been several minutes since I've seen an infantry unit come in.
The Tiger.
Oh, here we go.
That M2A1.
Tigers are finally should be in sight of each other technically here.
That ridge is causing problems for the line of sight there.
I mean, I clearly see a line of sight, but on the other side you don't. Yeah.
So you got to check both sides.
It's so dumb. You shouldn't have to do that. You really should not.
BF-109's on the bottom side, getting some really good shots off. The BF-109 G6 up BR-21 with the rockets. Helping break down some of the Saperi. The bomber came in as well there, got a kill, so that was nice. OB-25 in the mid, finally going to go down. The Jagdpanzer's taken out both of those OB-25s there. T6 Tiger now on the way. to hold that position, but the Andrusha firing away. His infantry not going to have a fun time.
Down south, Onord has now called in an elephant on top of his other.
Hey,
The rest of his. I think that's the full dance troupe now of powerful, wacky, heavy tanks.
yeah, he gets a lot of elephants though if he's got them in his deck.
Wow, the Flak 88.
Andrusha,
The Flak 88 down south almost died to the Strafniki because it didn't. It just like was driving up onto the hill. Ooh.
the J-27 spotted that in time.
Ooh, that was almost really bad. Now the Tigers are finally facing off. The
Tiger duel is happening.
yeah, there was immediate penetration and transmission damage, which was one of the worst things he could get because now he's moving slowly and can't get out of range as easily. But it's still 15-9 to Khers. I mean, Onord keeps bleeding a double point thing here, and that's really bad.
Yeah, a lot of his points are tied up into these heavy units, but it looks like finally, due to Khers, I think this is actually kind of Khers' fault. But basically, Khers was trying to like get extra ground on the bottom side, and it feels like it's triggered Onord to push back. Right, he's doing like a counterattack here now, and this is the place where Onord will win regardless.
Oh yeah, this is where he needs to push. Like there's nothing to stop him.
So I feel like Khers has almost triggered like a bad thing here for himself, especially with the elephant coming in. You know, if that gets on that hill on the bottom side, there is nothing that's moving out in the open that he can take care of that.
And he's already got the 88 in for air cover. The Jagdpanzer IV honestly can basically stop anything. That Tiger up there is, I would assume, one of two, perhaps. Maybe he brought it unvetted in B, which would mean he has 4. But that and the Panther would be the only things they have a chance of even scratching it.
I think he only has 2 of those Tigers because he had the one in Phase A.
Oh, so then he would only have 2,
it's only one card.
Jagdpanzer IV taking on this T-34-76. If he gets this shot up, it's probably dead. And there it goes, yeah. That OB-25, though, can definitely kill the 88, although the MG-42 in range.
88 in the middle. Getting side shots on the Tiger.
Oh, no. The PaK-40... The Jagdpanzer IV went down, though. That's a big kill for him because he needs those dead to move forward. But there it goes.
That was a missed micro there from Khers. He did a reverse order into the thing, so it continued to show side armor. But the Tiger did kill the Jagdpanzer before it died anyway, so that was fine. But on the bottom side here, yeah, the 88's getting forced back, but the MG42's got cover. Pioneer's moving in with the cover of the Jagdpanzer across the open. We got more Panzergrenadier Pioneers heading back towards the center, off map, smashing the town on the top side. Lots going on. BF-109 going to be cleaning up the churnies in the open. Oh, only takes down to 2 health. I expected that to kill.
Rocket planes, you know. Up north, if you look, actually, Khers doesn't have a ton left up north. He has lost a lot of units and has no way of killing this funky Panzer and Panther thing.
Funky Panzer and Panther thing.
Yeah,
like
calling them Panther things.
But the Black Panzer Panther going to be... Oh, look at this Strafniki. So it's a 20-man squad. Oh, I got out on sight.
Cherno Pizzaniki rush down south, getting eaten up by the elephant and the other stuff, and now unload finally.
Got more Chernos coming into the top side as well. But yeah, the Panzer IV or Panzer V has done a really good job of cleaning up a lot of the light armor. Takes out the M15 there as well, which opens up the strikes for the BF-109s.
Yeah, there you go.
Do nothing. Bombing strike hits the mark. That was very nice. Bombing strike actually pins down both of the Strafs. There's no leader here, so.
And I would like to note,
it's going to be bad news.
I would like to note it is now 14-10. Onord has finally stopped the very fast bleed, and I mean, Onord wins the long game here because of his armor. So if he cannot lose, he probably will win. And it's now 13-10. It's even. Yeah, that's a really redundant
attack
power. Yeah. If you cannot lose, you'll probably win. You'll get there eventually.
Nice.
Guys, that's all you have to do to win Steel Division 2. Just don't lose. It's all going to come together for you. Up
this
north.
Black Panzer Panther, I love how he's using it. It's just exactly how you do it. It's going to have such a kill list of just random infantry squads. It's just deleting
and
as
also,
it goes. It's like as soon as he takes out all of the sort of light armor, it's just easy peasy.
And the other thing to note here is that Onord is using his veterancy so aggressively and so successfully. Like, his units are 3-star constantly up north. Like, that's how they're dominating.
Yeah, because his Befehl Tiger is just sitting so close, like, to the front line. It is a frontline unit, so he's got that command radius constantly in range of his leaders. So That Panzer 5-4 sitting in Flak Panther. Flak Panzer Panther keeps it at 2-star vet, but goodbye, Chernos.
off map goes down to that.
But the off-map plane, I think, had already come in once and dropped 1 strike down. But check out the Strafniki on the top. 15-man squad deleted. They're gone.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, these things are so good.
And now the Jagdpanzer 4 is on the hill now, and it's going to cut off reinforcements, and Khers is now officially off of this hill, and it's a 12-12. Onord has brought it back to the 12-12. BF-109 in the center goes down, though. So these ZSUs are definitely doing some work, but down south, I mean, it's just a wall of armor and a wall of falling back Chernos.
Yeah, the 12-12 is big here because, as you mentioned before, Onord has a lot of these heavy armor pieces in position and ready to go, and this is all he needs to do now is just bring up like some infantry that can kind of like push out in the open ahead of him, and then use the like fire support that he has behind him, and then job done pretty much. And then another Flak Panzer coming in on the top side. He's got the Flak Panzer T-34 finally arriving to join the fray.
Well, yeah, and like we just had the first flip of 1311. If you look in the middle here, he's just taken out there was so much stuff from Khers here that just got consistently broken down as the game went on. I mean, it is so impressive. I would never have the gumption to call in heavy tanks while I'm that far behind. Like, I wouldn't. I would never feel that confident.
Yeah, it's all a timing thing for him, and he's done it incredibly well so far. He's wiped out that Vertigo with the IG-33. I think getting like the Pak-4088 in here really early on, just to like counter basically Khers coming off the hill with any form of armor, was super important to just make sure he broke down that position. And then like taking out the OBs with the Jagdpanzer, even though the Jagdpanzer went down to the Tiger in the end, was still worth it. And then the 88 killing the Tiger, it just made the middle just so weak for Khers now.
Yeah, so we do have a 1311 here. And the thing is, this M15 ZSU in the middle will run out of ammo soon. So that'll be like basically killing off an AA gun.
Khers being forced off this hill with the BF-109 rocket plane. MG-42 slowly make its way up there. I'm still surprised that Onord hasn't really tried to utilize the hill for his long-range armor. Like, having the Elephant in the position it's in now, when you don't control the center hill, does make it vulnerable to like side shots from, for example, this Su-76 could still kill that Elephant in the side armor.
Yeah, what is the side armor on that thing even? It's still 95 millimeters. Like, good. Yeah, it's still more than a Stug has, so it's not gonna like always penetrate. He's trying to kill this Tiger in the town. He does need to take that down at some point, but his and there goes the Tiger, died to what? The napalm and Khers.
T-34, I think maybe.
But that's he's gonna call. He sees the writing on the wall as well that Onord had fully. Wow, that was really impressive. I gotta say,
that's a nice comeback.
It really was, because he was on, like, Khers had it for a while. It was, what, 16-8, I think? I mean, he really had a lead. And for Onord to break that down like that was really impressive to watch.
It's super, super impressed still, though, with Khers' Vanguard play.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's put Onord in such a bad position, like, twice in a row. Like, and Onord is, like, a really good player. And breaking him down like that with the Vanguard in the early game has been really, really impressive. Unfortunately, this time around, I think Onord kind of had that plan in the back of his head to make sure that he could utilize his heavier armor on a map like Slutsk, and it did work out for him this time around. So Onord taking the second game of this best of three.
No, the third.
The third game of this best of three, going 2-1 up, means that he is going to be moving on to the final to play against Gonzo. Which is obviously not going to be an easy matchup for him, but kills the losses here massively in favor of Onord in the end.
It did not feel that big of a difference.
No.
Like, at all. I mean, at the end, yeah, of course, but like in the beginning, I mean, Khers was doing damage, but I guess it really comes down to Onord called in all those big tanks and stuff. That's where most of his points were kind of wrapped up. When you really think about it, he barely ever had infantry on the field, so there wasn't many infantry to kill, so you're not getting points that way. And if you're not killing those heavy tanks, that means Onord's stuff's not really dying.
Yeah, exactly. And every heavy piece that Khers brought in did die. So, like, the Tigers both dying,
yep.
The Su-88 dying, like, Yeah, that's okay. That SU-88 is only like 80 something points.
Yeah, a
But
couple planes went down though too. You had a
yeah,
couple of
the
those,
off-map vehicles, like that kind of
and
stuff, it adds up.
each Strafniki is what, 35 or 40 points. I mean, that's a lot of points. Two of those is you're already getting close to 100. If we look at the KDs here, I mean, there's scrolling on Khers' kills. There's not much to see because not many things died.
Yep.
Sapperty did well. That was about it. Losses
It took
on
a while for those M15s to get some kills in, but they did shoot down both of those off-map planes at least.
Yeah, if we hop over to Onord here, 88 was probably the one in the middle, I'd think. Yeah, there's the Tiger. The fancy schmancy Tiger that killed a whole bunch of stuff. There's your Flak Panzer Panther.
Yeah. Oh, look at it. Just finishing off those the two Strafniki squads. Like, that's big kills for a Flak Panzer Panther. Like, it is nice. And then the Jagdpanzer 4 there as well.
Look at these things are so good. Jagdpanzer 4s are so good.
That was the one positioned on that top side. I really liked the position of the Jagdpanzer. It was so good for just preventing that light armor from getting into the town by moving around the top side. But the only time that the light armor managed to move through was after the off map, because it was able to kind of just like move faster than the Jagdpanzer could get into position again. Because Onord was kind of like keeping it in the town to stop it getting killed. But
yeah. Panzer 5.
Yeah, really, really nice position.
Yeah, the wonky Panzer, that it doesn't have a ton of kills, but we saw how much suppression and damage that thing actually did as the game went on.
Okay, guys, in the comments, write down how many different names Attack Power has given to these units.
I don't want to read the whole thing, and I keep forgetting what the full name for I want to say Beef Tiger. I know that's not what it is.
Tiger. And it's just the Porsche Tiger. It's called the Porsche Tiger.
Oh man,
made by Porsche.
I like fancy schmancy Tiger way better. Another Jagdpanzer 4 doing a ton of work. That was the one in the center, I'd assume. Yeah. So just wow, that was with 20th Panzergrenadier, that's really impressive. I gotta give Onord credit. And Khers played great. That was not like a thing where I think Onord like way outplayed him or anything. He just did so much with those heavy units that most people can't use that well.
Yeah, the getting in like the really big dong Tiger and the and the flak filling Black Panzer Panther poker. They're just great.
You've really dragged the quality of this cast down. If anyone's here is still watching, please make sure you mention those comments in the comments, so we know you've been listening. Thank you guys for watching. I'll force him to wrap it up here before he makes those any worse. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button. Subscribe, guys. Anything else to add? Please, no more names for those tanks.
No, that's it. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll be joining you again for the final, hopefully, Gonzo versus Onord. It will be a best of 5, I believe. So
yeah, and
there's lots to look forward to.
There's money on the line too, so they'll actually be trying.
Yeah, big fun games. Looking forward to it. That's it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
Have a great day.